Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Triple B, the Beck Boys Broadcasting Channel. That's
Foster.
And I'm Travis, and we're doing it this year, man. We are going to get our WrestleMania predictions in. It is Wednesday. We have, 2-3 days to go? I mean, WrestleMania week's already kicked off. We watched Raw on Monday night. We got SmackDown coming up on Friday. We got the Hall of Fame. We got NXT Stand and Deliver. But for this video right here that you clicked on, thank you so much, we're going to go through our predictions, starting with night one, starting with first match. I see Jade Cargill versus Naomi. How do you see this one going? Who's winning?
I could see Jade Cargill because she hasn't been back. She's been out for a while, and because she's like built up as the stronger wrestler. Her losing to Naomi, I think, would kind of crush.
Yeah, I feel like heel Naomi has been on a good roll, though. A lot of people have liked the new heel Naomi character. I'm going to be honest with you. I work Friday nights most of the time, so I don't get to stay up to date with SmackDown as much. But I'm a big Jade Cargill fan, you know this. So I'm rooting for Jade. I'm curious to see how all of this also could tie into Bianca in the future, because Bianca and Jade were a tag team, and Naomi was friends and filled in while Jade was out hurt. So there's still a lot of, I feel like, unresolved business there. But for this one, I'm going to pick Jade Cargill.
Same.
All right, next match, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. I want to know your thoughts on this, because I heard something today that...
This was interesting because I thought it was going to be a mask for a mask match and have Rey win, but they didn't do that Raw, so I really don't know.
The stipulation hasn't been added, but I heard something today on my drive back home that they may someone else may wrestle under the mask of El Grande Americano, and then Chad Gable might come out during the match just to keep throwing people off the scent.
Kind of like what they did with his debut, how he was
backstage Yep, so they might do something similar to that, just to throw us for a loop, and maybe Rey Mysterio will demask that El Grande Americano, but it's just like some jobber guy or some indie guy, you know? So I think that's how that could go. That could be really interesting. So yeah, what are we saying then? Are we saying Rey Mysterio wins the match, or?
My guess is, I think Rey's gonna win. I really have no clue on that though.
I'm gonna pick El Grande Americano just for I don't see them unmasking Chad. I don't see them doing all this build up to this whole kind of character and this thing, right? Just to unmask him this quickly and then be like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. I mean, maybe. I mean, Chad Gable is a master of all things, of like moving around and doing different characters and all that stuff. Yeah, so I mean, anything's possible, but you'll go with Rey on that one. I'm going to go with El Grande. Our next match, United States Championship, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
Jacob.
Yeah, I was like, you know who I'm picking on this one.
I know this is, I don't
Fatu!
I don't understand why they did give the belt back to LA Knight. I think they could have chose somebody else. Don't know who really.
Well, remember when Shinsuke held it for a month? Just a month, and then they do that to Shinsuke all the time, I feel like, too. They remold him and make him like a heel or crazy guy or whatever, and then he holds the title for a month, then gives it back to LA Knight, and then Shinsuke disappears again.
Yeah.
So who knows, but I'm definitely going with Jacob Fatu on this one. They wanted him to be a heel, but he's gotten over with the crowd so much that he's basically a babyface. So you almost have like the anti-heel, kind of like how Austin was back in the day, going against the actual babyface.
When he was the champion, how he would face bad guys, but also he would play the heels sometimes too.
Yep.
It was just all sorts of stuff.
It's going to be a great match regardless, because LA Knight's super over with the crowd. Jacob Fatu's super over with the crowd. So either way, I think it's going to be one of the best matches of the night. It's going to be super entertaining. It's going to be super athletic. It's going to be a lot of fun to, go and all that stuff. But I'm taking Jacob Fatu for the win. All right, then we have World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders versus the New Day.
I think I did see something from YouTube where it was maybe Big E comes out, not full wrestle, but
maybe just to distract New Day or something.
Yeah,
I could see that. I could see that. And I love the War Raiders. I think they're good. We'll talk about this more with some mid-card championships too, but I feel like the tag team champions, sometimes they get forgotten about for a while.
Yeah,
it just goes half a month, and
sometimes I'll be at school and I'll just be like, who are the tag champs again? And then remember, they're...
And so hopefully, I mean, honestly, I think the New Day is probably going to take it just because we need to change things up and freshen the tag team divisions up again and make them exciting. But the War Raiders have been great. They deserve the belts. We're happy that Eric and Ivar are still healthy. No neck issues, no problems. It's cool seeing, those big guys do all the athletic stuff they can. But again, I think heel New Day also needs the belts to keep their momentum going, to keep their heel turn interesting, so they don't just turn into whiny heels, that never actually win the belts and stuff like that. So I think, Kofi and Xavier are probably due for a win. Maybe there'll be some Big E shenanigans.
I have some history with Ivar, because back when I started to play like the games and get into WWE, when you took me to my first Raw and I got the game, like I would always use Ivar. Didn't even know who he was, but just because he was so big and could do all those moonsaults, I would always use him.
Yeah, it's crazy how many moonsaults are on this card alone. Because we got Jacob Fatu's moonsault, we got Ivar, and
El Grande Americano.
Yep, but this is also a good segue for our next match, speaking of moonsaults, because our next match we're going to talk about is the Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton champion defending against Charlotte Flair. And boy, has this feud heated up over the last couple weeks. And I know, I think we speak for a majority of wrestling fans out there when we say Charlotte has to do good business and put Tiffany over. Charlotte doesn't need any more title reigns. I get it, she's a Flair, but she's been handed and pushed to the moon time and time again. She's screwed up, momentums for Rhea Ripley in the past, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch. So I think, this is the year that Charlotte hopefully gets her comeuppance from Tiffany. And who knows? That's who I want to win. I think that's who you want to win. I think that's who everybody wants to win, how they want to see it go down. But are we going to get our way, or is Charlotte going to go into business for herself and try and bury Tiffy time?
Yeah, it's sad what they did with Tiffany's title reign, because she hasn't defended it once. She cashed in and instantly got into the stupid feud with her, and now I hate to say, but I think Charlotte Flair might win. I want Tiffy to win, but I just really think they're going to have to do the stupid stuff with Flair again. I
think it honestly all just depends on Charlotte's attitude and whether or not the company is working everybody anyway and they're actually getting along backstage, or do they have real life heat? No one knows for sure. And that's what makes wrestling fun, you guys. Blurring the lines of reality and, entertainment. That's what we're here for. So fingers crossed that it's Tiffy time. All right, for our next match, we got the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther defending against main event Jey Uso. Yeet. How do you think this match is going to go? The buildup has been crazy. It's so real that it scared his sister, my daughter Violet. She ran upstairs crying one week because they were playing the replay of when Gunther was just beating down Jimmy and getting his blood all over him. And so I think the buildup's been really good. It's cool to see the serious side of Jey too.
I have one word, 4 letters.
What's that?
Yeet.
So I also came across a theory the other day, though, that he wasn't too fond of, but it could play into things. And what if Jey Uso wins and he gets his, we get a Yeet Mania, we get the happy-go-lucky moment, but then night 2, what if Jey Uso plays into The Rock's game plan for the Cena versus Cody match, huh? You never know. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Drop them in those comments below, because this could be crazy. I think they're going to let Jey get his WrestleMania moment, though, and I think Gunther might take a little time off after Mania just to...
He's been a workhorse. He's held the Intercontinental title for 666 days.
Yep.
Won King of the Ring.
And when he lost that title, though, he did take a little time off and then came back. And so, he deserves some time off, and I think it's just a good way to give the fans what they want for the Yeet Mania, have Jey Uso get his Mania moment. And then Gunther takes a little time off, so it takes a little bit of the hurt away from the loss of the title. But then he can come back and start working more programs. And, a bunch of people are stoked about Ilya Dragunov coming back and them getting into their feud that they were supposed to have. So that could be really exciting. Again, let us know your guys' thoughts in those comments down below. All right, let's talk about the main event for night 1, the triple threat match. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Who's Paul Heyman going to play into? I feel like after Monday Night Raw and, Roman kind of disrespected Paul again and mushed him and all that stuff, I feel like Heyman's going to be in Punk's corner.
Yeah,
but
there's only one person that hasn't slapped around or shoved around Paul Heyman, that's CM Punk. So
true, but Heyman is Paul Heyman, and sometimes he works better as a heel character than he does as a babyface. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that he's in Punk's corner for a majority of the match and then maybe pulls some last-minute shenanigans to help Seth Rollins. Because I feel like we all know that Roman, he doesn't want to be called a part-timer. I don't want to call him part-timer because he's
He'll
gonna,
come for you.
Yeah, he's going to come for us and beat us up. I don't need
we're fine. We got Cody.
I don't need the bloodline after me like that. But I feel like, it's either going to be a Punk or Rollins victory, I feel like. And either way, I feel like the Punk and Rollins feud has still more gas to go. But yeah, the Paul Heyman on a pole match is going to be crazy. And it would be funny, right, if it was a custody of Paul Heyman match. But yeah, let us know in the comments below, guys. Whose corner do you think Paul Heyman's going to stay in? Who do you think he's going to help? I'm a CM Punk guy through and through, so I'm really looking forward to it. But Seth Rollins is an Iowa native, and we are some Iowa boys. So either way, between those two, I will be happy. This is going to be a great triple threat main event. Maybe one of the best triple threat matches of all time. We shall see. Are you ready to do night 2 now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we get to talk about night 2 of WrestleMania, Sunday night. And it's not even on the card right now, but we know that Randy Orton is going to have a match. So who do you think Randy Orton's going to face?
I think it's going to be Nick Aldis.
You think
Mainly
so?
just because he wants to have one more match. He's been RKO'd recently.
A bunch, yeah. Well, over the past while, but yeah, just recently he ate an RKO. I think.
Could see that.
Yeah, I could see that too. That would be cool. Nick Aldis is in shape, but like a video I was watching, just because he's in shape doesn't mean he's ring ready. We don't know. It would be really interesting and cool to see. There's also the possibility we know Rusev's coming back. We know that Aleister Black. Yep. So I mean, they could do a surprise, to be determined opponent on the day of Mania. I believe that's how Cody came back a few years ago against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins didn't know he was facing, and then it was a surprise that Cody Rhodes was back.
With the steel, the helmet element.
Yep. So we got that out of the way. Randy Orton is having a match, RKO, and I think that the only tricky part about that is I think Randy's going to win the match regardless. But if you're debuting Rusev or Aleister Black back in the company, you don't want them to lose on their debut back.
Yeah, I've also
so that's where
heard
all this
about
stuff maybe
Solo
makes more
Sikoa.
sense.
I've also heard stuff about Solo.
Solo's definitely a possibility too. Solo needs a win though too. So
Solo has been gone ever since the end of the
Bloodline 2.0, and the Roman feud. So that's going to be an interesting one. We want to know your thoughts about that one, especially too, down in the comments below. So let us know who you think Randy's wrestling. Is Randy going to win? Randall Keith Orton, WrestleMania Night 2. Let's get to the actual card now. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Like, this is, other than the Tiffy one, this has been one of the worst build-ups, I can say.
Well, there hasn't been much of a build-up.
No, I think there's been like 2 nights, but like completely separate weeks on where they just build up, and I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean,
I could see them going either way, because AJ Styles is back. He's like fresh.
But we left Monday Night Raw with AJ Styles having a tune-up match with Karrion Kross, which it was awesome. So glad that Karrion Kross got a match on Netflix, and hopefully he's going to get used more in the future because he is great. And did you see him holding his hands behind his back when he took the phenomenal forearm? So he was like doing it in a way to like he knew he was like sacrificing himself so that AJ Styles could have a good tune-up match before he's going to beat Logan Paul.
Yeah,
and
I think Karrion Kross deserves better in the company. I think he could have been a mid-card type champer at one point.
I still think they're high on him because they've used him in so many different backstage segments, and he's been there at the like start of the breakup of the New Day, and like you know what I mean, like he's always behind the scenes doing stuff.
I think it's also weird that WWE chose to give away AOP and Paul Ellering because that was like his big faction. That's when he got a lot of screen time.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden they left, and now he just left with Scarlett.
Yeah.
69 rated in the game.
But I do think, I mean, Logan Paul is great in the ring. Don't get me wrong. As a human being, he's not that great of a person. He scammed and ripped off people with crypto scams and all kinds of other things. Again,
from Japan?
Yeah, and he's banned from Japan. Again, I don't need Logan Paul coming after me for lawsuits or nothing.
No, we can take him.
But it would be cool to see AJ Styles win. I just know that, you know, the company has a lot of stock in Logan Paul. Obviously, they have a good partnership with his beverage prime. Did you hear the funny?
Thing I like about
Yeah.
Logan Paul is prime.
Did you hear the funny story though? I don't know if it's true or not. It could just be a rumor, but something about how Logan was mad that he was on like the corner of one of the graphics or something like that, and Triple H is like, "You're lucky I put you there because I didn't want you on it at all." And so that I thought that was funny. But yeah, so I really want AJ Styles to win, but I could see Logan Paul winning. It's been a okay build up for the feud, but it could have been better. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Let us know your thoughts in those comments below. We're going to move right on to the Sin City Street Fight.
All right, let's talk about an underrated build-up here in this match.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre got put through a car.
Yes, he did.
Nobody's even been talking about this match. I think this had a great build-up.
It did have a good build-up. Again, I don't get to watch a lot of SmackDown because I'm working Friday nights, and I catch highlights and stuff where I can. But Drew McIntyre literally was one of the workhorses of 2024. Definitely. Amazing feud with CM Punk.
Just an amazing champ back in 2020, 2021.
But the fact that him and CM Punk got a plastic bracelet over as like a meaningful storyline piece, I just think Drew McIntyre's been knocking it out of the park.
I think future Hall of Famers.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I think he deserves a win because he did have a lot of losses this last year, and I mean Damian Priest has kind of been in that limbo area too. I like how aggressive he's been in this feud and how Drew's brought that out of him.
Yeah, and I like how, because Damian Priest has almost been like nothing, you can say.
Well, he was a champion last year.
He was a champion, but like once he went to SmackDown, they just didn't know what to do with him because him and Rhea with Dom and Liv and that stuff.
Yep.
But now they don't know where he's at in SmackDown, so I'm glad they found out a match card on Mania for him.
Yeah, no, I'm always happy. The more people get involved in Mania, the better. But it's going to be a street fight, so I'm sure they're going to go all over the arena, and like it's, a bunch of furniture will be used and weapons and chairs. And I did think Drew McIntyre looked pretty badass with the eye patch on too, even though it was all ploy, and he's fine. He didn't get glass in his eye, and he's all good, but it was a cool look for him. He looked like a Metal Gear Solid character. It's cool, great build up. Excited for the match. Can't wait. All right, you ready for the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way?
Yeah.
We got Braun Breaker versus Dirty Dom versus my boy Penta.
Our snake Penta.
Yeah, and I named my snake after him, versus Finn Balor. Now, this is 4 different people who could all win, and I think everybody would be happy with whatever the results are.
Except for Finn. I don't think anybody wants Finn to win.
Well, I think there's not as much to do if you let Finn win. And as much as I'd love for Penta to win, I think Dominic needs to be the winner. Unless you're gonna let Braun keep it, but Braun, is awesome with or without the belt.
I like Braun. It's just that I don't like how he's just being pushed as like this Intercontinental champ forever. Because like I thought when Jay won it, obviously he's my favorite wrestler. I was like, okay, we're gonna get like at least a month long reign. No, it lasted like 3 weeks, and then Braun took back the title, and I was just like,
But I can see Dominic winning because Dom is also one of those underrated workhorses who does everything that's asked of him. Always a great performer or a great, shenanigan person doing run-ins and stuff like that.
Yeah, in a podcast I heard, I think it was back in 2023 or something, he had more matches than Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But also, if he wins the championship, right, then that's going to cause division within Judgment Day. It's going to make Finn super jealous and probably be the straw that kind of breaks the camel's back in that setting. And so that could be a very interesting shakeup for what's left of the Judgment Day.
We've seen hints of the demon coming back with the little things in the background.
Yep,
I'd love to see that. It's just apparently I've heard because like all the makeup is hard to do and detailed.
Yeah, it takes him I think he said 6 to 8 hours to put on all the demon makeup and get that whole look done. But it would be cool to, let Dom win and have this little shakeup in the Judgment Day, and then eventually that leads, to a feud of Dom versus Finn, and then maybe Finn has to bring the demon back in order
to win.
Yeah, he's just going so crazy because no one can believe the man with the dirty mustache and a mullet is IC title, But I'm so excited about the match because, all 4 guys in it can go, and they go hard. Penta's been awesome. I love him, obviously. I love him so much I named a snake after him. But so excited for that match. And next we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus the brand new slapdash tag team of Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. They just wrestled each other for Lyra's women's IC title a couple weeks ago, and now they're a tag team. And so easy to say, I think, that Liv and Raquel are going to retain.
Yeah, Lyra's not becoming
A double champ?
Back here being a double champ.
I don't think so.
way.
And that's why I'm hoping to after Mania they put some more focus on the ladies, mid-card titles.
Both of them still have their titles since what? When did they even win their titles? I know.
I feel like it was back towards the end of last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've done nothing.
It was definitely before Royal Rumble, so it had to have been last year. And the thing is, Chelsea Green, as of this match card, I hope she gets added somewhere on, but she doesn't have a match defending her Women's U.S. Championship, and hopefully that gets added to the card. If it does, I feel like Chelsea Green is one of those characters you can give her a lengthy title reign. She knows how to carry it. I don't care how anyone feels about it. Chelsea Green's amazing. And by the way, if you ever want to check it out, go watch Chelsea Green versus Penta back in Lucha Underground, or just Penta wrestling any woman, period, in Lucha Underground. And it's mind-blowingly crazy. Not only that, that those girls can just keep up with that kind of thing and take that kind of punishment in a match. It's amazing. But as far as this women's tag team championship match goes, I'm pretty sure Liv and Raquel are walking out retaining, and that's that, We might not even need interference from Dirty Dom or anyone else. It might just be a clean.
Yep.
So then we move on to our WWE Women's World Championship triple threat. We got Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. And I thought about this on my drive home today, and I might have a controversial take on it, because as much as I want to see Mommy get her belt back, I don't know if Bianca and Rhea need the title necessarily. Yes, they can add to their reigns and add, numbers to how many championship reigns they've had. But sometimes when Rhea's going for the belt or in other feuds, it adds to her character because it makes her hungrier, and she's not just the dominant champ, Plus, there's so many women now in the company that could easily be a formidable match for Rhea, whether it's, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Tiffy. There's so many things to work with and so many different routes we could take after this. I didn't realize this before, but do you know this isn't Io Sky's first reign? She's held the championship before.
I know. The heavyweight
It might have been the other one, the SmackDown title, but
that's when Bayley won it.
Yeah, but I just think it's going to be, I think it's going to be an interesting match, and I really don't know how it's going to go, because I feel like they're going to play into that, but I feel like they're going to play into that, ignoring Io thing, where Bianca and Rhea are just trying to go at it and keep,
and maybe towards the end, Io rolls one of them up or something to win.
Yeah, we have no idea. Plus, with whatever happens in the Jade and Naomi match, too, that could affect the Bianca thing, because we still haven't resolved any of the Bianca Jade Naomi stuff, really. You know what I'm saying?
We've just been focused on Mania.
Yeah, so I feel like that could play out in a bunch of different ways. But if I'm being honest, I obviously want Mommy to get her belt back, and that would be cool. So that's what I'd like to see. You guys got to let us know your thoughts about that crazy match in those comments below. And then we're going to get to our main event of the evening. It is time. That's right, I do. I got 2 snakes in the last couple months, and one's named Penta, one's named Rhea.
And named Gek.
Yep. And let's get to our main event of the evening. Cody Rhodes defending his championship that he's now held for over a year, versus John Cena, who's been a heel for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah, because of the doctor of thugonomics.
So, this match brings up a lot of questions, because is The Rock going to make an appearance? He hasn't made an appearance since Elimination Chamber.
We know Travis Scott is going to be there.
Travis Scott is confirmed to be at Mania. Also, I got a report today that the only one that wasn't upset about the slap to his ear was Cody Rhodes. He just wanted it to look good. He wasn't even mad about it. That doesn't mean that Travis Scott isn't going to get a receipt sometime soon. But, Cody wasn't pissed about it, and apparently The Rock told Travis to, lay it in there and make it look real so that people believed in it.
He made it look real.
Yeah, I mean, he did what was asked of him, so I guess you can't be mad about it. But there's just a lot of different factors I think that could play at this match. The Rock could come out to assist Cena in some way, shape, or form, or just to be ringside. I've heard rumors that Stone Cold's going to be there, this weekend. And maybe he's going to come give Cody a helping hand in some way.
And then there's a whole other thing where if Paul Heyman chooses CM Punk, to help him, then the real favor could be winning the title, and he could interfere after that match.
Yes, there was a video I saw about that I really like that theory, obviously, because I'm a CM Punk guy,
and CM Punk uses Paul Heyman to win the title.
Yeah, kind of like a Money in the Bank type thing or some kind of favor, but
like an Obafemi thing when he won the North American Championship.
Yep, but I that's how honestly I'd love to see it play out. But I even saw something the other day, another theory about how Jey Uso could eventually like maybe turn heel and go work with The Rock, because if you remember, The Rock said he was 20 steps ahead. Jey Uso was number 20 in the Royal Rumble. I mean, he held up the 2 when he did the Cena heel turn. Could be deuces, ooses. Like, we don't know, man. There's so many things. There's so many factors at play here, and I think that's what makes a great WrestleMania main event. Is it's not always clear cut and dry of like this match is going to go this way or this person's the clear favorite. So a lot of people I know weren't maybe necessarily thrilled with the build up to Mania this year, and having the extra weeks that we've had. It has felt like we've stretched it out a little extra.
Also ruined some Easter plans because most people on Easter love doing their egg hunts to find stuff, and now
you got plenty of time to do egg hunts for lunch, and Mania starts at like 5-6 o'clock our time. But so excited for WrestleMania 41, you guys. Those are our predictions. We didn't say who's winning the match though. So do you think Cena's getting his 17th title reign as heel John Cena?
I'm going with the thing I mentioned earlier with the CM Punk thing. So I'll take Cena but not have him have like the full title reign.
Yeah.
And just instantly lose it. So like he gets to be legendary and
beat Flair's record. But we all know that Cena's part-time. You know, it's his last year, it's his retirement year, but we just know that he's not going to be on TV every single week at every single show, so he's not going to be able to show off as the champ. Yep, so that's why I mean
go to Hollywood to make more movies.
But if the CM Punk thing comes true, guys, I'm going to be jumping up and down. I'm going to be freaking out. I'll be in the comment section with all y'all going, I told you so, I write the show. But no, I'm the one that found that video and sent it to you.
I was the one that mentioned it.
So, guys, those are our WrestleMania 41 predictions coming up this weekend in just a few days. Let us know all of your thoughts, comments down below. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? We want to know. And maybe you guys will be right. Maybe we'll be right.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Of course, like we've already said, leave your predictions down in the comment section so we can see how y'all feel about it.
Yep. 1 word, 4 letters. Yeet! But that's going to do it for us, guys. It's been the Triple B, the Beck Boys Broadcasting Channel. These are our WrestleMania 41 predictions, and we'll see you after Mania to see how right we were. Until next time, y'all. Deuces!